last time on Buttonmasher Shadowrun. We celebrate. Orla and Franklin are already in the process of overindulging. Neil makes his way into the crowd watching the band, and Slick notices a dwarven woman tailing him. They address her in a friendly manner and end up boosting her onto their shoulders so she can see the band. Slick then notices her spike Neil's drink, and they put her down and make an excuse. She runs out the door. Neil puts up an ice bite to tail her as she puts on a natural burst of speed on spring heel type cyber augmentations or something. We get fresh drinks. Orla and Clay black out as a result of their overindulgence and immediately awaken in an old-fashioned van in the desert. That's just Clay who did that, hey?
No, it was Clay and Orla. No, audio is fine for me.
I mean, it sounds fucked to me because I got these things in. Anyway, they immediately awaken in an old-fashioned van in the desert. In the front is a pair of elves. The rest of the team is also in the van asleep. The driver addresses them, making it clear that magical fuckery is afoot. The van approaches a figure dressed as Spock, doing a bad job of picking up rubbish from the shoulder of the road. The driver tries and fails to run him over. They pass a sign saying, "Point of no return, 1 mile." The van hits a pothole and Clay comes to with the music stopped and everyone looking at him like he's zoned up for some time. He makes a lame excuse but salvages the performance. Orla receives a message from Adeza asking to meet her the next day at a street doc's clinic, to which she agrees. The dwarf has evaded Neil's drone, and lacking the hardware to pilot it effectively, he has it return. Feeling the effects of deep weed and the astral excursion, Orla takes her leave, Bitsy accompanying her. The next morning, Neil picks up Clay and Orla, and they head to Orla's apartment with Adeza. Orla and Clay belatedly recognize the Spock character as Aaron the Scribe. Arriving at the strip mall where the street doc clinic, whimsically named Doner Kebab, is, Neil, Orla, and Clay take a moment to get some refreshments and then head down to the clinic. Slick, still at the apartment, hears a knock at the door. There's no one out there when he looks through the peephole, but turning around he sees the diminutive form of Faust, who says he's finally found his way back to offer his thanks. He expresses his gratitude and makes himself scarce, but not before warning Slick that church still has it out for us. Orla, Neil, and Clay head down into Doner Kebab. It appears to be a converted morgue. Inside, Adeza converses with a dread-headed and heavily cybered human. He takes his leave, and Adeza outlines her plans for Orla to shed her true identity, to fake her death. The plan is to stage the summoning of a powerful fire spirit, which will take advantage of Orla's allegedly malfunctioning fridge and destroy her apartment and her with it. Screwdriver, the cybered street doc, will provide a surrogate for the authorities to find in the wreckage. Orla provides a blood sample for the Peace Force to test, and then heads to a magical emporium to purchase the necessary ritual materials for the supposed summoning. The merchant asks her to return in the evening for some of the supplies. Orla decides to return to the store straight away to sort out this delay issue, but the store is closed. They check out the rear entrance and catch the proprietor before she leaves. She agrees to acquire the materials far more quickly in exchange for a gratuity and locks up and leaves. Bitsy intercepts a call she makes to the airport, so Orla, Neil, and Clay hustle back to the Talon and tail her. From the content of the call, Orla determines that she's been made and calls Adeza, who advises that we bring the schedule forward, so we head straight back to Orla's apartment to stage the summoning. Orla sets up a summoning circle while Neil sabotages her fridge. Neil and Clay leave her to do the thing. Meanwhile, the magic monger is picking up an elven woman at the airport. Orla recognizes her as Jill, a member of the Lunar Circle, her druidic society in Tiernanog. Neil, Clay, and Slick head back to the shop and pick up the supplies, assuming they appear, while Orla does her thing. Aunt Maggie, the magic monger, drops off her customer, who walks toward the shop and goes in before we arrive. Clay astrally projects the store to scout. He ventures inside and encounters an astral presence, which addresses Aunt Maggie. Clay beats a hasty magical retreat. That's us.
Does any of that sound familiar, seeing as it's 2 months old? Ring any bells?
Yeah, except for the bit about Jill, and then I was like, oh, that's alright.
Yeah, fucking hell, I had no idea all that happened. I thought we were still at the fucking party, man.
yeah. So Jill
Well, you
is...
you weren't anywhere though. I
Oh,
think
right.
like
I've just
you were.
noticed I am lagging hugely. I'm going to read.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, Jill was somebody that Orla saw around in the circle, but because she was never actually admitted to it, so she's aware that Jill was a member of it, but doesn't know her that well. To the Talon.
Oh, need to fix my name.
Yeah. So does Amanda. Lunar Circle. It's not exactly that. It is. So you know. I mean, I don't know that I'm pronouncing it right, and I'm probably not. But it's like
Loch Ness. Who knows?
yeah,
Loch Ness.
probably Loch. Yeah,
Loch
Loch
Ness.
Ness. Irish Gaelic, or as they prefer, I guess Irish is very tricky to pronounce. Mountbatten Windsor, nice touch.
I don't know why people didn't realize sooner with a surname like that.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, as I recall, the last thing that happened was that Clay had gone in astrally to check out the magic shop, as you recapped, and saw a spirit, which then it
Is AJ
hastily
here?
retreated. No, he's not.
He's
Sorry.
disappeared again.
He's a guest. Hopefully, it's him. It's an unlocked room. Anyone can join.
Now he's at him. He was slick a moment ago.
Sorry.
It's all right. Can't help technical issues. I just saw that Cairns went into lockdown for 3 days yesterday, I think.
Oof.
Ooh.
And of course, it's never just 3 days, is it?
Ooh. Well, there's some medium on TikTok who predicted that New Zealand's going to go into lockdown tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll
That's pretty
definitely happen.
specific.
Yeah, he said a few weeks ago, he's like, on the 10th of August, New Zealand's going to go into lockdown. And then this morning there was like people in Taronga at the ports that they were all confirmed, like on one of those ships.
Were they at the port or were they still on? I thought they were still on the
They're,
ship.
they're still on the ship.
Well, the ship's in lockdown, so there we go.
Yeah.
When do the Olympians get home? Because that might have made it a reasonably safe prediction, possibly.
That's true. We all good?
It's just he's. Oh no, we have frames.
Is my audio lagged?
Keep talking.
Well, I think it's. Is it lagged? Hello.
No, I can. It seems to sync up. It looks all right.
Tricky to me.
All right. Yeah. Okay. It seems to work.
Yeah, picture is, I don't know, a little iffy, but it seems to come right. Sorry, as I was saying, so Clay had gone in astrally to investigate the magic shop, noticed a spirit, which also noticed him, and went back inside the shop to alert its mistress, and Clay booked it out of there astrally. So I assume you guys had driven there, like Neil, you driven there. So yeah, as I recall, Clay was just in the car, unconscious, while he was astrally projecting. So, back at the apartment, Orla, presumably you're still doing what you can without the supplies. So, setting up the ritual, drawing the circle, etc. However it is that you happen to do magic, which is largely up to you to describe. Mechanically, it all kind of works the same.
I imagine I've got a lot of plant babies, so I'm just gonna arrange all my little potted plants and stuff, leaves and that sort of deal.
Do you water them?
Not today.
Okay.
I think that'll hinder the process a bit.
Yeah, need them to be dry so
Yeah.
they all burn. Yeah. All right, so you get a call from an unknown number.
I'll pick it up.
Okay, so you hear Adaza's voice. It sounds a little fraught. How are we going?
Yeah, getting there. Couldn't get those supplies, so just making do with what I've got.
And has there been any contact from anybody else? You told me before that you might be made.
Made?
So when you guys caught Aunt Maggie, the proprietress of the magic shop, heading to the airport and tapped her calls, you called Adaza and said that you were suspicious about the magic shop person and that I guess MI6 might be after you.
Yeah, they're checking out the premise at the moment, but I haven't heard back. It sounded a little sus. I think we're just gonna have to do this as quick as we can.
If you can get them to stall as much as possible. If things need to get violent, then go ahead. It won't matter after this is done.
Yeah. Okay. Roger that. I'll pass that message on. I'll keep doing this, and then I'll signal when to do the handover thing.
I'll be waiting.
All right. Sit tight. I'll message the dudes. Be like, take any measures necessary. We got to stall until I can get this sussed.
So we're stalling Maggie.
Well, you saw the person Maggie dropped off as well, who's presumably Jill, at the magic store. So they're both there. They're both in the magic store.
And we've just got to stop them from leaving.
I presume so. Yep.
All right.
And maybe, yeah. I don't know if we want to try and prevent them to pass. I don't know if we want to prevent them from like passing any messages on or anything like that as well.
Right. Well, Clay, I guess the best thing would be for you to like, because we're supposed to be here to pick up those supplies, right? So maybe you could bother them with a lot of technical questions. Do you like technobabble?
I don't have technobabble.
Yeah, fake it.
Medjo techno. Yeah. Plus, he's more instinctive. He's a shaman. He's just singing to the spirits and shit. It could be maybe musically technical.
Well,
but I'm not sure how that will help.
You can ask lots of questions that any hermetic would know the answer to, and be like, oh, that's so crazy and shit.
Weren't they kind of making moves though?
Don't know, man. We might play it by ear a bit.
All right. Well, see how we go.
So
So I'll put my I Spy up over the back door just in case, and we'll just go in the front door, right?
Slick, you're there as well. Do you have a voice in any of this?
Yeah. Let's go in. We can just talk to the ladies. All we gotta do is distract them, right? We can talk nice. Just tell them how nice they look. Chat about the weather.
All right. Well, we've got lots of arrows in this quiver. Let's fucking do that thing that we just discussed.
Okay, so heading up to the shop. So it's evening by now, just past sunset. Just a slight reddening in the sky is all that's left of the natural light. The shop itself has a closed sign up, AR and real. But the door swings open at your knock. Inside, there's just a series of candles lighting the interior. All seems fairly quiet.
So, at least a couple of us have already gone in there and spoken to them, hadn't we?
Not on this trip. That was previous.
I think someone came with me the first time. I think
Yeah.
Clay might have gone.
Neil talked to Maggie at the rear of the shop.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like someone came into the shop with me and like pretended to look at shit as backup while I initially asked for the suppliers. But I don't know if they would have
It
noticed.
might have been me.
I don't remember that, but I don't know. Slick and Orla are a little bit of a team.
I feel like it might have been you, Slick.
Anyway, I'm sure it doesn't matter.
Cool.
Because, yeah, there's the front door, there's the rear door as well, obviously. And I think from memory, she might have said the rear door to get the supplies.
Can I make a performative display of looking like a big old clumsy troll? The kind of customer that you might need to keep an eye on in case they break a bunch of shit?
No roll
Just kind of-
required.
Just kind of stumbling a little bit and being handsy with the products.
Yeah, I suppose you can do that.
Giving a little bit of a moment where he's like looking at something going, oh, what? And then like drops it several times in a row before finally catching it really near to the ground.
Are you all going in?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that as well. That's a great idea. I'll definitely get their attention.
So perform or socialize?
Yeah, perform I think will work.
Cool. That's 4 dice, please. Diceman go.
Okay, so
It's a consequence.
yeah, well, yes, but you're currently controlled. It's not really a problem. I'd say the only likely consequence in this case is that you do actually drop something. Unknown how expensive it might be. Just looks like a clay pot that's kind of put together with a bunch of dried up twigs to you. Doesn't seem to be magical in any way, so that's probably okay.
I feel like that. Yeah. What's the camera at? 7. I guess I don't necessarily need to resist that at this point, even though it's way more of an escalation than I wanted it.
Nonetheless, it has the desired effect. So
Oops, my bad, sorry.
the curtain going into the rear section of the shop twitches aside, and Aunt Maggie bustles out, kind of looks around, peering through the dim light at you guys. Clay, your vision isn't really too offset, neither is Neil's, because you have low light and thermographic respectively. But she's clearly a human, as is Slick. It's not so dim that you can't make out silhouettes, but that's pretty much it, mostly. So you're confident you'd be able to see anything else that needed to be seen. So yeah, Maggie just sort of frowns and says, "Can I help you? We aren't open at the moment to standard customers."
Yeah, yeah, we're not standard customers. We're here to pick up those ritual supplies, as you'll recall.
All right, so hearing your voice, and she peers through the darkness at you, says, "Oh, you were with the young woman."
Yeah. We I've got the whole shopping list here, and I'm just going to take my time reading out every option, like quite slowly, as if I'm not very good at reading, and that I don't understand magical things, which doesn't require much.
Oh, and then I can jump in like correct you, and we can have like a 5-minute argument about what it actually is.
I'll be like, what the fuck is a newt?
It's like a frog, right? But it has wings.
I thought it was like a lizard. Isn't it a lizard? Wait, is a frog a lizard?
Frog's a lizard, mate.
I can't tell. I don't know, man. Wait. Let me look this shit up on Wikipedia.
Meanwhile, back at the apartment, you are getting an entry request, Orla, from your apartment door.
Who is it?
You don't have to call, you can check.
I say in my head. I see.
I voice activate it.
Yeah.
No, it was who is it, Alexa?
Yeah, okay,
All
I'll
right.
check who it is.
So the external video cuts over into your heads-up display, showing Princess Charlotte, your mother, is at the door.
Can I pretend that I'm not home?
You can. Being the person that she is, in the seconds following the entry request, she knocks as well.
Is there some sort of like out of office sort of thing that doors can send if someone's not home?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Do not want to have to deal with her right now.
Is that like when you answer the phone and you're like, oh, leave a message after the beep? Beep!
Yeah, fake it in real time.
When you send an out of office manually, but it's like suspiciously like too late for it to be an automated one.
Okay, so she backs away from the door and calls you.
Fuck. Is my phone on silent?
Well, I mean, you get a notification that it's getting a call.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to move as far away from the door as possible and pick up, say, hello?
I think we need to talk. Where are you?
I'm out with my friends at the moment.
This is more important.
Can I call you back in like half an hour?
I suppose so. I'll be waiting.
Okay. I'll hang up and immediately message Adeza saying, my mum's at my front door and she wants to talk to me. I've given her half an hour.
Okay, so Daza immediately messages back, like, all caps. Like, what? This is a mess. I'll try and think of something.
You need to get her away from here.
I'll do my best. Just don't do anything stupid.
I'll take that on board. Is she still outside the door?
She is at the moment, yeah. She's kind of pacing up and down.
Fuck, is she gonna be out there that whole time?
Hard to tell.
Okay, I'm gonna need to do this very quickly.
Wait, she's English aristocracy, right? Just summon a fox spirit and have it run past her, and she won't be able to help but jump on a horse and chase the fucking thing.
Oh no. How long does this spell thing take?
Summoning, it won't take long, like less than a minute.
Okay. How close am I to finishing the prep?
Well, the problem is that the whole plan doesn't just hinge on the summoning. The summoning can only happen once your replacement has been delivered by a Dazer. Then you summon the spirit burns everything, you escape.
Fuck, so she can't be there. Because if they come to the door and they're like, I'm delivering this thing, she's going to be like, well, I'm going to come inside too.
Yeah, probably, yeah. That sounds like something she would do.
Ben.
Just agree to meet her somewhere else.
Yeah, true.
But she'd still have to get her to leave. Well, I guess by saying meet somewhere else, in theory, she'll
And
leave.
then just stand her up.
Standing up your own mother.
Just like distract us, surely, because we're on the way back to you. When we get back, one of us just says, "Oh yeah, I know where she is," and then just takes her off on a wild goose chase.
How far away are you guys?
I think it was a reasonable distance to the magic shop, like half an hour's drive or so.
Fuck.
Weren't we like stalling and trying to take as long as possible?
Yeah.
This
Good,
doesn't
isn't it?
add up.
I feel like we need someone in charge of our schedule.
I'm a little bit
Looks like
busy.
You're on your own, Orla.
Okay, can I call Princess Charlotte back and be like, can you meet me at this location, which is like, how long will it take for the people for a Dazer to deliver the replacement?
Probably about 20 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna say, can you meet me at this place and give her a place that's about half an hour away? I'm at this shop. I was just buying some things from this old lady. Can you meet me here?
You're not giving her the actual shop?
I'm giving her that shop. I'm not giving her that shop. I'm giving her the cafe that was across the road. And we can talk this through over a cup of tea.
I'd rather it were in private, but I will accede to your wishes.
Thanks. I'll see you soon.
Very good. She hangs up and starts to head downstairs.
Why do I feel guilty?
I think it's all that lying you just did to your mother.
Well, I suppose I just need to remember that she probably deserves this. Anyway.
So, back in...
I'm gonna...
Oh, carry on, sorry.
I just want to give a Days of the heads up and be like, can you guys just make your way now? Let me know when you're close and I'll do the summoning.
Roger. So, back at the store...
So, is an amphibian a lizard? Is, I guess, the key question here.
So, yeah, you all sort of entering in on this whole bluff-tastic scenario? Or is it back and forth, at least between Clay and Neil, presumably?
Oh no, I feel like Slick's definitely jumping in with just completely off the topic questions to these ladies to confuse them even more. Like, you know, what's on that shelf over there? Like, how do you make that?
I mean, a fish is basically a lizard with no legs, right?
Yeah, but is that magic?
So Maggie is looking increasingly flustered back and forth between you. She doesn't know how to handle this at all. As it happens, she doesn't need to, as there's a momentary flicker of movement as a spell is dropped, and there is a young elven woman standing in the middle of the store lighting up a cigarette.
Oh, we're allowed to smoke in here? I hope you don't mind me Ultra J adding to your incense there.
She won't mind.
Lovely. What's going on?
I think you're playing for some time, if I guess right.
Isn't that all life really is? Help.
I mean, we're just really trying to settle the discussion about newts, to be honest.
I don't think that's what brought you here.
Well, it's one of many things.
I mean, we came here for the ingredients, but while we're here, we might as well get some knowledge from the experts. But it seems like you're just letting us speculate wildly and not even weighing in on the important, questions.
Then I'll cut to the chase.
That wasn't what
Your friend Orla is in danger.
What, how, why? Who, when, where? I guess I'm just asking for you to elaborate on that.
You were sent here to pick up some magical supplies, am I right? At the behest of a certain individual of British intelligence?
What? I mean, she's like Irish. Like, they don't like being called British, as far as I understand it. It's like pretty culturally insensitive, in fact. It's like calling a Canadian an American.
Adeza is the person I'm talking about.
Have we met Adeza?
You have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In Munich. Or, yeah, it would have been Munich, I think.
Yeah, well, I guess she's British. I mean, I'm not saying she's stupid, but intelligence isn't the first thing that would have leapt to mind.
It's vitally important that I speak to Orla as soon as possible. Would you be comfortable arranging that?
I mean, sure, we can only ask. right? Hey, guys.
Or better yet, we could relay a message.
Yeah, we can get her to give you a bell. How's that sound? She's pretty busy setting up.
I think we're all quite aware that communications aren't necessarily the most secure right now.
I wouldn't know anything about anything you're talking about. I mean, I'm assuming she's dropping a hint that she knows that Bitsy hacked her comms, but...
Seems likely, yeah.
Slick, you were saying something?
No, not really, no.
That's true of all of us.
Kitty. Standing on the keyboard. Like my notes keep disappearing. I suppose my concern, gentlemen, is that if Orla is doing something at the behest of a Dazer, it's not in her best interests.
Why would that be? We look, we've got a pretty good plan here.
A plan.
Plan's a strong word. Or a weak one. What do you want me to say?
What grounds do you have to question the motives here?
Perhaps I can persuade you by saying that I wouldn't be here if it were not for a certain report that we received back at head office that we tied to a Seder Krupp source. At the bottom of the report, which was of your conversation with the Dazer in Munich, it said, "You have nothing to lose but your chains. Also wins the European tour. If you book it, I will come." I don't know if that means anything to you.
Was this from anyone in particular? To anyone in particular?
Does it?
Sorry.
I assumed it was some kind of code.
Sounds like it. So I'm just going to put a string of question marks into group chat.
Okay, so Bitsy is like, the first part sounds kind of familiar. Let me check. And she comes back with like the sixth-wheel equivalent of a Wikipedia page for Karl Marx.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Morty?
So I'm gonna try and stay stony faced, but in group chat I'll be like, that's Morty's fucking hero. This is a code message from Morty. What?
So what?
Well, if that's the case, very well deduced there, Neil.
Fucking he told me at great lengths about Karl Marx and his brother Groucho and all the crazy shit they got up to.
But wait, this was a communication from within MI6 or something? No, Seder Krupp to...
Well, Morty is working for Seder Krupp.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jill's saying that they received this report on your conversation from what they believe a Seder Krupp source. So it was given to them by someone in Seder Krupp.
Huh.
Okay, I figured out one thing, and now I'm totally baffled again.
Can you repeat what the thing was at the end about the chains?
You have nothing to lose but your chains. Also,
Right.
when's the European tour? If you book it, I will come.
Get rid of your chains. What are they on about? Orla's chains? I don't know.
It could mean anything, I don't know.
So Jill says the report that we received internally from Adeza was that Orla did not wish to return home. This directly contradicts that. Maybe you know what the truth is.
This is above my pay grade, boys.
Yeah, I can't make sense of this.
Do you know who it might have come from?
Sorry, is that an NPC asking us, or?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So Neil's like sweating quite a lot.
Where is
and-
Moy? Can't we get in touch with Moy?
Was
he
there any?
threw his comics away and shit, didn't
Yeah, he's like in like deep dark ops now. I don't think.
He did give
I think-
you, you can send a message to him, but
Huh.
Right.
ringing him up is probably not really that easy, depending on what he's doing.
Yeah, Neil's just gonna like take a step back, so he's like further away from them than Clay and Slick, so people stop asking him things.
he?
Well, yeah, we don't really know what to say about that one.
Well, then I don't imagine there's anything else I can say that might convince you, which is unfortunate.
Convince me. What would I need convincing of?
That your friend is in danger and that it's imperative that we meet to discuss what's happened.
Well, we can pass the message on anyway. So, I'll just in group
we've
chat. I'll
got
just be
some
like,
stuff to do, and then maybe afterwards we'll get in touch.
I won't resort to compulsion of any kind. You're free to do as you will. I just hope it's not too late.
yeah. So, yeah, I'm just gonna in the group chat. I'll relay to Orla that they want to talk to her with their veiled threats and coded messages and shit.
So, Cliff Notes. I know this person from back in the day of this person. She is saying I shouldn't trust the Dazer because the Dazer is not. Yeah, I don't know. And that I'm in danger.
Yeah, I guess the only thing she's really offering at the moment is she's saying that Adez's original report to MI6 after meeting with you in Munich was that you did not wish to return home, whereas when you were actually speaking with her, she warned you to not go home and not make any noise in Europe. So the report that Jill says they received from probably Morty actually reports on your actual conversation that you had with her as opposed to what Adaza supposedly reported back to MI6.
Oh, I get it now
Having
that
a good
you've
memory
spelled it
would
out.
have been very beneficial there for my understanding. True that. So then I wonder, does Adaza have some sort of reason why she wouldn't want me to go back? Her own reason. But then Princess Charlotte's the one that was like, you have to sign all of this shit, and you're going to have to take over, or all of the royal family's going to be killed or some shit.
So
No. You might be...
People are going to rise up.
Well, you might be thinking about the astral quest that you had. Princess Charlotte just said, it's time to come home, and we can bring you home by basically making you a false identity back in England as a like a stepdaughter, like her stepdaughter, when she gets married.
But I didn't want to go back.
She seemed quite insistent that you did, or that you should.
Can't we just avoid this whole thing? Isn't that why we're faking your death, to get out of all this situation?
yeah.
Continue on. Nobody knows our plan, do they? You know, I'm pretty confident nobody's leaked our plan. We can do what we want to do. Nobody knows.
You'll see, I think that's actually one of the main takeaways from this, is that Adaza actual conversation is known, so they may know about the plan.
Well, it also is worth mentioning that Adaza is currently en route to the apartment to continue the plan.
And she might not be able to be trusted.
And you have about less than 20 minutes now to decide what you're going to do before she arrives.
Should we just fucking head back?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys are further away.
Depends
But
how
also-
fast you drive.
If she wanted to kill her, she had opportunities in the past. No.
Okay, well, I'll be like, look, we'll pass on your message and see if Orla wants to give you a ring. Anyway, so about those supplies, you got them all packed up and gift wrapped for us now, or what?
So she looks over it at Maggie and just sort of shrugs her shoulders. Maggie pulls out a brown paper bag from under the desk and just holds it out.
Tippy top. I'll give you 5 stars on TripAdvisor. Love the personal touch in the service. It's great. Guys, let's go.
Jill says, "Be careful."
Right. Sorry about that little pop thing. Yeah.
Careful's my middle name. One of my middle names. The other one's Danger.
I'll be here if there is a conversation to be had, and after whatever it is you're doing comes to its conclusion.
Tippy top. Okay. So, well, let's hustle and get in the car and go like all fuckery. Orla, do you feel like giving her a bell to just find out what she's got to say? I feel like we need more information at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to call her.
Okay. So she picks up. You can hear the sound of traffic outside. She's clearly moving. Problem?
Problem? Me? No, I think you're the one that has a problem.
Which is?
Look, I don't have much time. Can you just give me all the information? Tell me what you know, and I'll make my own mind.
About what?
What you just chatted to my mates about.
Oh, are you calling a Dazer or
Yeah.
Dazer didn't?
No, sorry. No, I was talking to Jill.
Oh, okay. You don't have a number for Jill. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, it was Jill who wanted to talk to Orla, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, can we flash back to getting her fucking phone number?
Well, she didn't want to leave a message, did she?
Yeah, she didn't want to talk over comms.
Ah,
So you
fucking-
said you'd pass on a message, so she gave you the message, which is she'd be there
Oh.
to talk to.
right. Oh, that's good.
Ugh.
Fuck all. Ring the fucking shop.
She's not going to talk.
Just do it anyway.
Okay, I'll call the shop.
Fucking. Be a fucking. At least she'll know that I wasn't lying.
Okay. So Maggie answers.
Hi, can I speak with Jill?
Who? And then she hangs up.
Fuck. Can I try again?
Fucking changing my TripAdvisor review.
What's Franklin's position? Is he in a state where we could get in touch with him and he could, digitally project Orla in front of this lady?
Well, Franklin's not here. Well, I guess he's in autopilot. He could potentially try and create a secure line.
Surely Bitsy could do that too. Right?
Possibly.
But I don't think that Jill lady would trust. This is very stressful. I feel like I do not have the time for this.
Well, if they're gonna make it fucking hard for you, then fucking.
Why don't you take her with you? Oh.
Didn't think of it and not that keen on it.
Don't trust her.
Don't trust her? Is that the trust the days that don't trust Jill? It's just that I know Jill from a long time ago.
Oh, really?
I recognized her.
I don't fucking trust either of them, so.
So where does she work?
Who, Jill?
Yeah.
She didn't say.
Oh, you guys, you didn't even ask where she came from?
Well, she didn't offer a fucking business card.
I had no idea who the fuck she was.
You must be LinkedIn friends.
You forget I burned everything to do with my past when I left.
Neil, you're heading back at some speed. Am I right?
All right. I suppose I should roll the requisite dice for that then, yes?
Yeah, so the idea is that you're trying to get there before a Dazer does. Am I right?
Right, yeah. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure why, but that's what I'm trying to do. I don't get any bonuses from my sick VCR because it's so much molten slag inside my dome.
Right, so
Okay.
the risky. It's
Maneuver?
nighttime traffic, so it's not so bad. It'll be maneuver.
Could Slick assist by kind of just being a bit of a co-pilot and visually assisting? I imagine at this point, after living with Neil, we've been on many a nighttime frolly and a joyride, and we're kind of used to working together in that sense.
It's a fine line between a co-driver and a backseat driver, but I guess that is what for the dice to decide.
That's true. Okay, so what action would you like to use to assist in this case then?
probably no, not opera. It'd be intuition, maybe.
Yeah, that could work.
I've got 2 in intuition.
All right, should we roll it? And is this a case of like if he succeeds, it makes my roll less whatever, more control or whatever, some shit like that?
Yeah, I think it'll give an increased effect to
Right.
your roll. Because you'll have to probably make a couple to get there.
Okay, sweet. So here's Slick's roll.
So, success but with a consequence. Okay, so yeah, the likes of intuition would be you trying to kind of predict what the traffic is going to be like in different streets, potentially. Looking at alternate ways that you could go. So in this case, you would succeed in sort of picking a lighter traffic area, but you also notice that in the flow of traffic coming up is a Peace Force vehicle. That would be the consequence, which you can choose to resist if you like.
Yeah, we can't be dealing with that right now. I'm gonna resist.
Cool.
Come on.
Sorry, how many?
Oh, I don't know how does the resist work again?
So the attribute governing that particular action.
Oh, well,
Spirit, I think.
intuition is
Been
2.
so long.
Yeah. Okay, so you just lose a karma, and as a result, see the Peace Force vehicle up ahead flick on its lights and pull off down a side road. Neil, clearing a way for you to boot it.
Some other poor fuckers getting pulled over.
That's karma for you. All right, so hitting the accelerator, then what do you have? The Toyota something or other?
Yeah, Talon.
Talon, that's right. Oh, that's right. Well, I saw it in the notes. So, all right, going back to the Talon. The what? Was that the name of the bar? It's the car. It makes sense now. All right, so yeah, speed off. Essentially, you're jumping on from sort of back roads onto the highway now to get the maximum possible speed. And yeah, we can do another roll when you're coming off to see what the situation is like on the way there. So you're definitely pushing it. Speed limit here is the fairly kind of standard, like 120 kilometers an hour along the highway, and you're probably heading for 170, 180. So passing pretty much everybody, which does get a few honks on the horn from those people that are actually paying attention to what's happening outside as opposed to just letting Grid Guide take them where they're going.
Fucking get a Toyota!
And you can see the cars sort of ahead and behind trying to adjust their automated routes to avoid you because you're being marked as a high accident risk.
Well, it's very judgmental of their little dog brain CPUs. All right, should I roll again then?
Yep.
Are we both going to roll again, or?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Here's Slick.
All right, so back on a bit more familiar streets. Slick's able to. Well, actually, how does he do it? In this case, you're coming off the off ramp into more familiar neighborhood.
I imagine the communication between us is not. It's not like some co-driver rally situation. We're not that organized. It like to anybody else, it would sound like utter gibberish. But we've been through this before. and it would probably just be Slick going, "Oh well, no, we're over there. No, wait, yeah, put your foot down. No, wait, oh, over there." What? So just a little bit of randomness, really.
Yeah, a sort of a slightly lesser organic replacement for your VCR, giving you paying attention to the things that you couldn't possibly pay attention to with your own standard mundane senses. Whereabouts is Orla's apartment?
North
Oh,
America.
I feel like it's near the university.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So, yeah, makes sense. All right, so Neil, go ahead. Ooh. So, do you want to describe what that result looks like?
Oh, okay. So we were getting off the motorway, were we?
Yeah, so this is the stretch of
Right.
from coming off the off ramp to actually arriving. So this is the last part of it.
Okay.
So what does that look like?
As Slick indicates the next intersection, and he's like, I don't know, maybe Slick says something like, "Hey, that's been red a long time. I bet it'll change now." Just keeps it fucking pinned and blows through the intersection at 170 and doesn't have a massive accident.
Piles of papers being thrown up behind you.
Yeah, and there are some like men carrying a big pane of glass across the street.
Yeah, otherwise it's like the streets they're not blessedly clear, but people are either turning out of the way or parking or whatever, so they're not even kind of in your path by the time that you're heading towards it. It's basically like the perfect conditions for this kind of speed, which is lucky, because if they weren't, there could be some major loss of life and limb. So the adrenaline in your brain sort of comes to a thudding halt at the same time as the car does. Basically, you felt like you were in the zone there completely. If you can pull that sort of stuff off on your
Pinnacle Rose,
then yeah. Like when you have to do the
Slick
race.
definitely gives off a bit of a like, "Woo, that was a fucking big one there. Well done, man. That was fucking sick."
I did it. I finally went into overdrift.
Yeah, almost like driving while rigged, but not quite. But the closest thing you could get without being rigged.
Clay looks particularly like a dinosaur to Neil right now. It's real.
the dino dimension.
In the meantime, what has Orla been doing?
All my things all finished. I've just been
So-
pacing
Figures.
and having an existential crisis.
Good.
I was
Alright,
very
so-
tempted to tell Adeza, but doesn't say anything.
Curious. Okay, so yeah, you think there's probably minutes to spare. Not too sure how far away Adeza is, but the time she quoted, you're there ahead of her. Certainly, you can't see any signs of a removal kind of truck or anything big enough to transport a refrigeration unit parked out on the street or nearby or in the garage. What do you do?
I have to make like a call, right? Be like, "Hey, my fridge is fucked." have already-
no,
has that
that's
already
already
happened?
happened. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
okay, that's what I
it's
thought.
kind of retroactive. It was put in retroactively.
So the dudes come up. Why are they trying to get here before Adeza?
Search me. I think they were just trying to keep their options open. Guys, care to comment?
Yeah, no, because we're confused with the whole situation. We need to get back before anybody else gets involved. We just need to fucking suss it out, don't we?
We're here to support.
I'm still very confused.
Me too.
I think it just if things don't go to plan.
Well, we got back because we either needed to get the... Yeah, we were either going to get the summoning spell done before this other lady got back and interrupted you, potentially, or you were going to decide to go and meet this other lady to find out some more information, and we were just going to bin off the summoning. Wasn't that where we were going?
So you're like, so I mean, so what we're saying is there's like a decision to make about who to trust, right? That's the thing.
And you guys collectively trusted a day's.
No, let's not go crazy. Well, I mean, speaking purely for myself, I was very confused and felt very out of my depth, so I stuck to the plan we already had, I think.
So now there are 3 people that are waiting on me, which is extremely stressful.
Must be nice being popular.
Not in the slightest.
Yep, we can have a break now.
Yes, please.
Cool.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, this is one of those sessions that makes me feel dumb.
You chose
All
the
be
worst.
revealed.
You chose the worst person to do this to, or the best, because I am so bad at making decisions.
I fucking couldn't remember the term before, but hooning through the traffic lights and like absolutely nailing it, filling one with a car. The term I was looking for is Japanese, and it's Jinba Itai, and that is like an abbreviated thing, and it's like horse and rider as one body,
Right.
which is from samurai times when they'd describe like riding a horse mean as it feels like you're one with the horse, and
Yeah.
it was used in the Mazda MX-5 marketing in the States, I think, and I felt it was apt, but I couldn't fucking remember it.
I'm pretty sure when you get a critical, you get like a karma back.
Oh, is that what it was?
Familiar?
I put an XP next to the attribute. Oh, no, yeah, sorry. I did that, but that's what happens if you succeed against Desperate, eh?
Yes, that's right.
Sweet. I mean, I actually got lots of karma. Oh, I shouldn't have told you that.
We're not enemies. I'm not here to ruin your karma. I'm just here to laugh when you use it all yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
You're here to laugh when I get stressed about making
Oh,
decisions.
kidding. Yeah, I don't need any help in throwing away all my karma.
That's I mean, it's no fun if you have all the information and
I've
and
always
you
got,
have
like-
all the time in the world to make decisions. There's
I've
no
always
tension
got-
then.
Yeah, I've always got heaps of karma and then none. Like it doesn't. I don't like chip away at it. I just like get into a situation and just start throwing karma at it.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's usually it's like you guys get flush with karma and then you spend on every little thing, and then you get to the really tough stuff and you've got none left. It's great. It works really great for me.
Yeah, we're like
the
poor people with
release of a
money.
Netflix series. You watch it all and then it's gone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're in this binge cycle kind of thing. So, no, we got heaps of karma. We're top of the world, and then oh shit, we're broke again. Basically.
Yep, exactly. Ugh, wait till I get to Egypt. Fucking hell.
Because I will remind you as well that you have the supplies in the Talon.
Oh fuck, that's right. Oh, here's the supplies.
So you're
Supplies.
taking them to the apartment?
Oh, yes.
You are. Okay. That's good to know. Just you?
Oh, good. Well, I'm heading up.
I'm following.
I'll wait by the door and look out for people following or about to arrive.
Cool. Yeah, and look for magic stuff, maybe. I'm a little bit sus about
Yeah,
the
I'll
situation
sense.
back at the shop.
Or astrally perceive, I guess.
Yeah.
I kind of want to make a provision just with myself. Like, if things start to get fucky, I may bail. at some stage on the plan, but for the moment I'm going to keep with the plan. Just if days are kind of, if things start to look a bit weird.
Okay, so Clay, you should intuit.
Oh, shit. Can I have 2 dice, please, go?
All right, so success with a consequence. So, in this case, you will notice an astral signature, but not quick enough to do anything about it. I.e., it's something that's moving at the speed of thought.
Whoa. Wait. Speed of whose thoughts?
Well, it's similar to you traveling in astral space, shall we say, where you can basically travel anywhere in the city in minutes.
Okay. If I were to resist this and I was suddenly able to do something about it, what could I potentially do?
Depends. There's a couple of things you could do. You could astrally project yourself and attack it, or you could cast a mana-based spell at it, like a barrier.
A barrier, yes.
Or a Hadouken.
Yeah, I'll resist it. With 4 dice, please go.
All right.
Yay.
It does the job. All right, so you'll need to cast your spell.
If I go astral, project, I mean, can I just tackle this thing? Is that a
Yeah, you can do that.
sort of like non-lethally attack, I guess? Yeah, I'll do that. So is that assault instead?
Yes. Also, what will happen in this case is that your physical body will immediately become unconscious and tumble to the ground.
Classic. They call that the Jonesy maneuver.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, it's not so good for a huge big troll, but on the other hand, you are pretty tough, so
Yeah.
maybe some bruises.
Dermal deposits, you know, give me right there. Yeah, 3 dice, please go. Killing me.
Okay, so yeah, I guess the easiest thing here is really just harm from, and it's not that they're fighting back, it's just that you are literally tackling them super fast, and it's very difficult to do that without some form of collision. So it'd be level 2 harm. In this case, it is like physical.
Yeah, I'd like to resist that, please.
Cool.
That's 3 dice.
Alright, so costing you a karma to do so. So you feel the impact, but the pain is stolen away. Maybe it's back in your physical body, or maybe it's not as bad as you thought. So you find yourself hanging on to like the outline of a woman. You can feel the image of it is Jill. It's shining brightly. The light kind of ripples from within, and there's no sort of features that you can discern, but you can tell that it's her. She kind of struggles in your grip.
Can we communicate?
Yeah.
Hi. Fancy meeting you here.
I suppose you were kind enough to lead me.
Yeah, probably should have seen that one coming. I have no way of, like, alerting Orla, do I?
No.
Fuck. Alright, well, I guess you're here. You might as well.
Hi. This is Editing Ben from the far-off future realm of October 2021. I can confirm there was a technical difficulty here, but it wasn't my fault for a change. The power cut out for about an hour, so we weren't able to resume play. So don't be concerned that you're missing anything. Not that you probably are. If you're even watching this, maybe you are. Maybe you watched a lot of it and you're really tied into the story. Hopefully that's the case. But we do resume the following week. So apologies for the abrupt ending. Wasn't really anything we could do about it. It was too late to resume the session that evening. So yeah, thanks for watching.